So in the last episode, I spent 3 days in Oklahoma at the Motorcycle Vagabond Rally before I rolled out the next morning with these two fellas and went south to Texas and stayed the night at Gary's house, this guy, before heading east towards Fort Worth to get a new tire mounted on my motorcycle. Well, that turned out pretty well, but it's an interesting story, so I want to share the motorcycle mounting tire adventure with you today. So there it was, boys, just outside one of the largest cities in Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth. It's so big, in fact, that they have two cities, Dallas and Fort Worth. Not just that, but they had they had three cycle gears in the metro area. So I just kind of rolled the dice and went to the first one in Fort Worth, and it turned out to be an interesting day for multiple reasons. So of course I arrived at the cycle gear before anybody even showed up. They opened at 9, and much to my amazement, I see a homeless guy hanging out over here with his luggage. No shirt, long pants. Next thing I know, he starts talking to a few guys in the parking lot doing some landscaping and leaf blowing, and starts running across the highway out there screaming at somebody. Hey, hey! Apparently somebody had walked by, grabbed his luggage that looked kind of fancy for a homeless guy. So he starts running over there, chased the guy into the woods, never found him, I guess, came back toting a big, 8-10 inch knife. So the morning started out pretty interesting before we even got into the store proper. You know, say what you will about cycle gear, but they always seem to have what I need at the time. It may not be perfect, but it's so much better than what the dealers have, and most of the shops, they don't have any inventory at all, and tire stock is hit and miss. And Cycle Gear has the adapters to mount my tire on my foolish rim on this BMW, so there you go. True story. I'm in Fort Worth, on the edge of Fort Worth, and just bought a tire at Cycle Gear, but they would not let me mount it in their parking lot because of zoning. And no doubt there was a zoning guy here in this parking lot. I asked it, if they might mind at Napa, so I just came across the street at Napa, pulled off the wheel, walked it across the street. Everything's Bob's your uncle. So I'm gonna head back over there and get my gear. They were nice enough to let me leave my gear inside the shop, because when I first rolled up, before they opened up, there was a guy sitting in that corner where those double doors are. No shirt, had a couple of, luggage bags, nylon bags. He disappeared shortly after I rolled up, left his bags. Next thing I know, some dude grabbed his bag and started running with him. He ran after him with a big knife. Anyway, lots of stuff going on this morning, but main thing is, got me a brand new tire. Woo, looks good too. Now, if I could just make it out of the parking lot and across the street without flipping the greasy tire around. Don't do that, kids. You need to watch this video here. Deer that don't really seem to give a shit. It's kind of crazy.